Morning everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Reef right now. Once again, thank you for the continued support across the channel here and the really nice comments that we get across the channel and obviously on the videos and in the Telegram group there. It's all good, all golden. Thank you very much for that, and obviously we appreciate all the sharing you're doing of the videos, the likes, the comments, everything that you're contributing to the channel there. It's really good. Thank you for that. Thank you very much. As you can see, the subscriber base is growing really well now, so it's good. More people are coming into the channel. It's not just about moonshots and stuff like that. We're just trying to bring a level of education and reassurance to people of how these markets work and the cycles and where your highs and lows are and resistance and support, and hopefully help people and give them skill sets to move forward in this space. So diving into Reef, then you can see yesterday it was like a football match going on in the Telegram group here that we were targeting this. And unfortunately we did get that breakdown. We did get that bearish cross, and we did make that video yesterday. But it was weird because literally after I put the video out, we got this big pump here. Okay, we got this big pump. I thought, yeah, it's going to happen. And then obviously Bitcoin did what it did, and it shit the bed, hasn't it? And it's just dragged it down that more. So at the moment, we are sort of being caught between a rock and a hard place. We are being sort of pushed down by these EMAs. We've not really effectively come back up enough to hit our head on this yet and test it as resistance. We are sort of in a bit of a downtrend, and you can't get away from that for Reef because you have obviously got the bearish cross. We almost look, you see that point there when we got that big upside. I thought, oh, here we go, brilliant, it's going to work and we're going to go up there, yay, and stuff like that. But no, Bitcoin didn't want to behave and we got rejected, and we've obviously fell down. So what we're looking at here then, well, at the moment you can see that we are pushing down. Okay, we are pushing down, and we obviously, you can't say that we're going to get to that high by that time there either, because this was the time frame, and obviously it's not looking likely at the moment because that is like literally 2 days away. So we're going to drop that out now, okay, and drop that out as well as a target, because that's not on the cards at the moment. You always have to go with the pattern that's in play. Okay, so at the moment Reef is breaking down, and effectively if it continues to break down and fall below this low here, okay, you would be making a lower lows, and the whole movement and the whole structure of Reef would start to look like it's falling. Okay, no, what I wanted to do, I'm going to clean all this up now. I'm going to clean all this up. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to zoom out on the daily time frame and see what we can see. Okay, so always zoom out on your charts, and as you can see, okay, so we broke down there, we've come back up, we've coiled up, okay, and then we've pushed on again. But what you can see here, we've actually, like we did here, we fell through the daily, but we didn't close below it. Okay, we didn't close below the daily 20 EMA there. Okay, but we have here, and you can see it, and in this particular move here, it actually looks like it's breaking down more and testing these levels here, because this move here, you fell down and you actually didn't quite touch the 55, you marched on, you pushed through and you fell down and you didn't close below the 20, okay, and then you've marched on. But here what it is, you're coiling up more, you're coiling up, you basically, it's shorter, okay, and it's more squeezed up. Do you see this? So it's almost like a spring, so to speak, and given that fact that you're coiling up, you're coming down and you are falling through and you're testing this 55 as support, okay, you've hit that, you come back up, you've made a high there and you fell back through and you fell through the 20 on the daily. You've not quite got the 55 test yet. You may still look at that as a retest, okay, as a really good level to get into Reef, because in my opinion that is coiling up, it's sort of springing up for a real violent move to the upside. In my opinion, I do think that we have got a violent move to the upside coming for Reef there, personally, looking at that chart like that, because you are making these higher lows, okay, in the grand scheme of things you're still bullish, okay, still bullish, and we are making these higher highs just there, look, so you still are in this real good uptrend here. But what you do need to see after this level of support on the 55, you see it's scrunching up. Do you see that? After it gets this level of support, okay, and gets a bounce there, if you're not involved in Reef there, okay, if you get the bounce there off the 55, okay, if it comes down again, it may not do, but if it did, that would be a fantastic place to enter into Reef, because I do potentially see it coiling up, getting all these retests of support and just marching on and taking out this high here. Because if it doesn't, then what you're looking at is a level of consolidation for Reef where it sort of goes up and fails to make an eye and just rolls over again, and then you're just sort of going to go sideways like this and form a base, like a bottom, almost like that, and it's going to get quite boring and flat for Reef. So that's just what you've got to keep an eye on going forward, okay. But at the moment we do look like we are prepping for a bit of a move, okay, and effectively if you was to look at that swing low there, Because what it is, each time you go up, you need to be making like high lows, okay, and higher highs, obviously. And this here, you can say that this here, this move that you're looking at right here is this move here. And what you do, you drop a base on that, okay. So you can see at the moment you are actually higher than this move. So at the moment, this move does actually look relatively healthy, okay, because you are still making, if you're calling up and you're making a rinse repeat move of this move to the top, you are healthy to do so because you're higher than the previous coil up there. Do you see that? When you come down, you corrected, you at the bottom, you made a low, okay, you've gone up, you've made a high, you've come down, you've made a low, and then you've made a high. So here you've done exactly the same way. You've come down, you've corrected, but the low is higher than this low, okay, then you've gone up and that high is higher than that high. Do you see that? And then this low here, if it remains lower than this low, higher than this low there, so this low now is higher than this low. If that remains like that, you're golden for that spring up to take out that high to get to the top of this channel. It's weird how it works, but it's the way it works. So at the minute, you do need to see that sustain itself and stay higher than that level there, which is because that will be a key indicator that you're starting to break down and lose a bit of momentum in this upwards trend that you've got going on for Reef. In this upwards trend that we've got going on for Reef. So at the moment, that is the key level of support on the daily time frame. Don't forget we're on the daily time frame here, okay, for Reef. So it's 034045. If you were to see Reef start falling below that, that would actually invalidate this sort of momentum that we've got going on, because at the moment we're making the higher highs, we're making the lower lows, and everything looks golden for more upside for Reef. Okay, so that's basically it. Not much else I can say at the moment. We will zoom in a bit closer tomorrow for Reef, but at the moment it looks good. It looks relatively healthy. Just keep an eye on that level of support there. And again, if you was to see that, you would be falling through the 55 on the daily time frame there, which wouldn't be good. So, and that would sort of start to see us coil over and probably at a level of consolidation. But at the minute, so far so good to march on and make that high. Okay, do take care. Have a good Sunday, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye bye.